your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, and welcome to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. It is Monday, 10th March 2025, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kambi, and this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We continue to celebrate women. Yes, and why not? Women are very, very important to the pillars of society. Being a woman myself, I do know the struggles that we endure, the challenges that we have to rise above, but I also want to celebrate our successes and our achievements as women. And so I continue to say Happy International Women's Day as we here at Tobago Updates Television continue to celebrate all of our women, our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers, our godmothers, our nenen, all of them, our cousins, sisters, nieces, all women. We continue to celebrate you throughout the entire week here on Tobago Updates Television. So you will find that we'll be speaking to and about women for the entire week. So if you celebrate women, come on and celebrate them with us this week. Let's talk about the challenges, let's talk about the opportunities, and let's talk about all of the successes and achievements of our women right here in Tobago. So you'll be seeing some familiar faces and maybe some not so familiar faces during our programming, but we do hope that you could stay tuned with us as we go through the conversations and bring very, very important discussions to the fore. But of course, before we get into all of those conversations, we have to head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Monday, March 10th, 2025. A 33-year-old man was shot and killed in Arouca on Friday night. Reports indicate that around 9 p.m., a gunman opened fire on Andrew Miller of Plymouth, Tobago at Ramuta Trace, Garden Village, Arouca. Miller succumbed to his injuries. Further details will be provided as they become available. WASA CEO Keith Halliday has warned of potential water shortages as the dry season peaks in March. At a press conference, WASA reported that the Arena Reservoir is at 73.8% capacity, 10% below its long-term average, while Hollis Dam stands at 77%, just above its average. Halliday attributed the situation to climate change. To ensure water supply for the rest of the dry season, WASA anticipates necessary cutbacks. The authority urges citizens to conserve water as the country faces drier conditions. And finally, Tobago students Cassie Nore of Tobago School of the Deaf, Speech and Language Impaired and Aliyah Kwashi of Happy Haven School, along with their coach Rakisha Ramsey Karut, departed for Turin, Italy on March 6, 2025 to compete in the Special Olympics World Winter Games. They will be joined by Trinidad and Tobago's all-female football team representing the nation from March 8 to 15th. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Biana, for our news there in 90 seconds. And Biana, we continue to celebrate women all week here on Tobago Updates Television. And as we're sitting here, I just want to chat with you a little bit in terms of what are some of the characteristics of some of the strong women in your life that you have grown to admire?
One key thing I admire is their humility. Humility is the one that stands out for me.
Yeah. And it's funny that you should say humility, because sometimes we focus on the strength of a woman, the resilience of a woman, the things that she's had to go through to become who she is. And so, I think, I never really, for me, that might not have come to the fore because of, I suppose, traditionally, the way we are cultured to think that we have to be strong and, all of these things. But I think I'll pencil that one in and add that also to the things things I admire in a woman as well.
Yes.
What I admire, or at least what I want to put at the fore, is our femininity. Sometimes we forget that we are female, that we are feminine, that we are supposed to be soft and tactile, and we have to be nurturing. And I mean, we are all of those things, but because of how society has been shaped over the past years, decades, we have had to toughen up. And that's why, words like strength and resilience would kind of come to the forefront. But I just want us to bask in our femininity. And that's why I'm wearing this pink floral blazer this morning to remind myself that I too, I'm supposed to be walking in that feminine energy. And I see you wearing your flowers as well, your floral print there as well, Biana. And so, let us enjoy who we are as women, and just try to be better women, encourage other women as well to be the best version of themselves. And talking about humility, talking about strength and all of these other aspects, what are some of the areas in your life that you are really, when you look at yourself and the things that you have achieved, your experiences, that you stand in awe, what are some of those things that you can reflect on?
What I would say is, like, for instance, being on national television. I would have pictured myself probably coming from primary school into high school, always reading, but you're reading aloud in front of a mirror. And, here I am today actually doing it in front of a screen, speaking to the worldwide, nationwide. And, that's something that I really admire how I have achieved.
And I am so very proud of you. And Biana, I celebrate with you this morning.
Yes.
Many, many congratulations. And there's so much more for you in this industry. And I cannot wait to continue celebrating with you as you grow and you transform and you become as you are becoming. So, of course, continued happy International Women's Day, Women's Week, Women's Month, Women's Year to you in all that you are trying to achieve.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being on set, and do have a wonderful day today.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the morning where we celebrate with those who are celebrating. It's time for our birthday shout-outs. And this morning we start off the birthday celebrations, International Women's Day. And of course, the first on our rundown for birthday celebrations is Miss Lois James. Lois James is celebrating a birthday today, and we say happy, happy birthday to you. We do pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that you have a wonderful and amazing birthday and that you are able to continue the celebrations of International Women's Day. So happy birthday to you. Anna Toppin is also celebrating a birthday, and we say happy birthday to you as well. We pray God's blessings upon your life. We do hope that you could continue to wear that smile, wherever you go. Shine your light brightly, and do have a wonderful, wonderful birthday as well. Do we know this guy? William Nurse, belated birthday goes out to you this morning. We do say happy belated birthday, and we pray God's blessings upon your life, and we do hope that you have an amazing, amazing birthday today. Next on our birthday rundown is Everell Estridge, also celebrating a belated birthday from his very good friend Natasha James. And everyone here at Tobago Updates Television, we do say happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you, and we pray God's amazing blessings upon your life. And next we have Miss Esla Cadiz. Miss Esla Cadiz, she turns 86 today. Yes, let's celebrate this beautiful, amazing woman. And we do want to say happy birthday to you, coming from all of your children and grandchildren who are celebrating with you in Barbados. Yes, what a beautiful way to celebrate. And we say happy birthday to you, Miss Esla. And we do pray God's amazing blessings upon your life as well. And our final birthday celebrant this morning, we also have another photo in there. Mr. Elton Richardson Jr. is also celebrating a birthday today. And we do say happy birthday to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. We do hope that you have a wonderful birthday. And even if your photo did not make it to our birthday shout-out rundown, we do say happy birthday to you. We say happy celebration, whatever you are celebrating today. We join in the celebrations with you, whether it is an anniversary, whether it is a birthday, whether it is a promotion, whether you have a new job, a new car, a new house, whatever you are celebrating today. Of course, we join in the celebrations with you, and we remind you to put God first, because God is the sole reason why there's even anything to celebrate. So it's Monday morning and you might be wondering what's in my cup. What's in my cup is sponsored by LCJ Delights, and this morning I am drinking cocoa shell bay leaf tea. Have you ever had cocoa shell tea? That's what's in my cup this morning, and it's sponsored by LCJ Delights. LCJ Delights is located at the Signal Hill Enterprise, so you can check them out for your teas, for your porridge, for your pancakes and waffles and whatever else you have for your breakfast menu. They are also the supplier of premium blend of mixed nuts and fruits, so you can contact them to get your hand on something sumptuous for your breakfast. Who are we having conversations with this morning in studio? This morning we start off the conversation, as you are aware, we are still celebrating International Women's Day. We will be speaking to women, we'll be speaking about women, we'll be celebrating women, and we'll be going through the challenges they've had to overcome to achieve all the goals that they have achieved. And so we start off the conversation this morning by speaking to the Honorable Ayanna Webster Roy, Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister and MP for Tobago East. And guess what? She also wears the title of Minister for Child and Gender Affairs. Yes, we're going to have conversations with her this morning as we speak about rights, equality, and empowerment, our theme this year for International Women's Day. And we also we're going to continue speaking about the celebration of empowerment of our women as we speak with her as well. We also speak with Kadesia Thomas, an actor and storyteller. You might have heard her story somewhere on social media over the weekend, and we're going to have that conversation about Bridgetown International Arts Festival, as she is a participant representing Tobago there. And that is how the conversation is going to go. When I come back from the break, guess what? I do have a special co-host in studio this morning, and you want to be here for that. And she's going to help me go through the conversations this morning. As you are aware, it's International Women's Day. Can I say that enough? No, I cannot. And so you're going to be seeing so many faces of women right here in studio this morning. So up next and in studio and ready to have our conversation this morning is the Honorable Ayanna Webster Roy. She is in studio and ready to speak with us this morning. So don't go anywhere, whether you're viewing right here in Tobago, in Trinidad, the Caribbean region, the United States of America, Canada, England, all of Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, wherever you are, this is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. On Easter Weekend 2025, Tobago is the place to be. From April 17th to 20th, the rhythm, the soul of Tobago. On Thursday, April 17th, get ready for a worship experience at the Shore Park Complex with melodies from heaven. Melodies from heaven. Then on Saturday, 19th April, immerse yourself in the sun, sea, and sand at the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, featuring legends of R&B. On Sunday, 20th April, we bring the curtains down at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium for Fusion. Get your tickets on islandetickets.com now or visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supply specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now remember, before we went to our first break, I told you that I have a special co-host in studio this morning, and the honor is mine to introduce my friend and no stranger to Tobago at all, Miss Abini Taylor. Good morning, Abini.
Good morning. Bonjour. Hola.
That's right. That's what I was looking for, of course. And we are here this morning. We're going to be having conversations with our guests in studio. But before we start off talking with our guests, as you are aware, we're celebrating International Women's Day. And for you, what does that mean in terms of celebrating the woman?
Well, for me, I believe that we should be celebrated every single day, because a woman, whether you're a girl, you're a teen, you're a woman, we have so many roles and responsibilities or things that are assumed that we should be able to execute, etc. And the fact that we have a day just to highlight us, it makes me feel extremely special. But I know every day we're celebrating women no matter what.
That's right.
And
that's
from
right.
her.
And you know, you spoke about the fact that we have so many responsibilities. And earlier on in the banter, while I was speaking with Biana, we were talking about the fact that women sometimes are expected to be strong and resilient, and we have to be this and we have to be that. Because, you know, not only in the home, but also in the workplace, also in school, in the play yard, wherever we go, we just have to be a little bit more.
Yeah, what I would have gathered from that is that, you know, it is in our nature to be nurturous. It's in our nature to be loving and kind. But it's also understood, which is scary. We must be resilient. Yeah, a woman can handle that. A woman could give birth. And giving birth is, you know, a life and death thing. And if women could do it, they could do anything. It's so crazy to know we are supposed to be so soft, yet so resilient and tough at times. Oh my goodness. But however, we can do anything that we want.
We can do it. That's right. And you know, that was kind of poor reason the way you delivered that, you know, to realize that we have to be soft, but we also have to be tough. You know, and it literally is so natural that we are these things simultaneously, you know? And, you know, I just want to bring our first guest into the conversation this morning. Most fitting person, of course, to be a part of this conversation as the Minister for Gender and oh gosh, I don't know why it's gone from my mind now. All of a sudden, gender and child affairs, as we're talking about the woman, of course, being one of the genders, of course, you know, we have two genders, and sitting in studio this morning, and I know that she has a lot to contribute to this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor is mine to introduce to you this morning our first guest, the Honorable Ayana Webster-Roy. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Adana. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Tobago. We have all A's on set this morning.
Right. That's right. Triple A. That's right. We should start something.
I find so.
And you know, that's part of being a woman. You know that you could just pick that up so quickly.
Yeah,
you know, and just have that kind of conversation. And as we're talking about the woman, celebrating the woman, highlighting who the woman is. If you were to explain to somebody who doesn't know what a woman is, how would you describe what you think a woman is and how she represents herself in society?
So, being a woman, apart from the obvious, you know, what defines us in terms of the sexual makeup of a woman, it varies because every woman is unique. Unique in her beliefs, unique in the way she presents herself, unique in her strengths, unique in her weaknesses. So if I'm to describe a woman, I'm going to say a multifaceted being created by the Most High to do divine work on this earth.
That deep.
That was really deep. That was really deep.
I really like how she would have defined that. That was her own definition. You wouldn't see that definition when you go onto Google, my favorite, or go on to any Oxford dictionary. But I hear everything that you're saying, but I want to get straight into the meat of the matter, right? Because it's something I will be looking at on the outside. Being a woman in politics. Actually, I probably was asked that question a million times because we know that used to be a male-dominated, or I'm saying used to because we have plenty of females all over the world. Women are presidents, etc. How does it feel? Do you feel hidden? Do you feel suffocated? Or you feel as though you have a point to prove? How do you feel being in a position like in politics, whether it be in parliament or wherever? How do you feel? You feel disrespected, respected? You feel as though enough honor is given to you? Like, explain that for me, being a woman.
Being a woman in politics is a very interesting journey. First of all, you go through many different experiences. So, for example, you spoke about disrespect. I've experienced that. You also spoke about being respected, being seen, being valued. I've experienced that. So throughout your journey, you're going to face the different things. But to me, the key thing is being able to remain true to who you are, being able to shine within the space that you're given the opportunity to contribute, and most importantly, as a woman, being able to create a space at the table for other women and girls to say, I could also sit at the table. Because in politics, it's important for us as women to recognize that our voice around the table isn't just something that's cursory, it is necessary. Our perspectives are required. And if we have the opportunity to sit and to serve and to be at the table, then we must ensure that other women have the opportunity to also sit at the table. One of the things you mentioned, it being a male-dominated field in the past, and people often expect that, okay, if you're going to be into politics as a woman, you're supposed to be, you know, aggressive, tough, rough. But you have seen over the years where women in various countries come into politics and showing their true selves, their true nature.
And they execute their duties with style
with
and
grace and with
That's
style.
right.
So you will see a politician in a country going to parliament with their child for the first time. I saw that. You will have seen right in Trinidad and Tobago, where we'd have had former female parliamentarians going through the journey of pregnancy within the parliament, and the nation being open and seeing that, you know, and bringing that softer side to what should be, what people think should be a male-dominated and tough role. But the fact that we are able to come into this table, to this space, and be genuine in our own beings, then we empower others to aim for similar positions, and we also send a signal to the nation and to our girls that Trinidad and Tobago, that within our society, that we have room for women to grow, to thrive, and to contribute. And even though we are expected to be the softer of the two, that despite that, that we bring value to the conversation.
That's right, and that's it, value, bringing that value, you know, in spite of having to, and I feel as if I'm not trying to be feminist or sexist here, but I feel as if the value that we bring, it has a little bit more, because we have to fight a little bit more to bring that said value. And you know, while you're talking about empowering the younger generations, girls coming up, and I know that the ministries usually have a lot of different types of programs and initiatives where you empower girls. Just over the weekend, there was another symposium where girls were empowered. I mean, you were a part of that. What is the response in terms of the young ladies participating in the events? What are the conversations they have, and what are some of the things they are looking forward to when they take the reign as women in public offices in society?
I have to give credit to our parliament in Trinidad and Tobago. I think, you might have been participating in one of those events where we had
parliament,
not just the youth parliament, but where we had a special sitting just for girls.
No, you know,
just so young women.
I remember it.
You know, and giving them the opportunity to have that platform for a debate that was fully run by young women in Trinidad and Tobago. And also recently, where the Office of the Prime Minister Gender and Child Affairs would have partnered with CWIL and other agencies to provide training for women aspiring to become politicians, not only for Trinidad and Tobago women, but regional women. And I remember going to one of these sessions and interacting with the ladies, and I remember specifically speaking to a woman from an indigenous community, and she said to me, I am the first in my community, the first woman in my community, and the first woman in my family to have this opportunity. And her desire was, when she goes back home, that she'll be able to pass on the knowledge and encourage other women in her indigenous community to aspire for greater things. So creating that avenue, that platform, that space is a must. And even though we create the avenue and the platform and the space, giving them that motivation, the encouragement to know that it might be difficult, it might be tough, but we have to do it. I remember saying in my speech, ladies, tighten with girdles.
That's right.
Tell me high heel shoes and go out there and win. You know, encouraging women to go out and win.
You know, like, I'm hearing all of this because I'm a woman, so I can relate. I can hear this because I know about girdle. Yeah, I ain't that young, but I know about that. And it's like, you know, you're hearing so many times when we're talking about women leaders and women in general, the other sex, they love to say women like to make decisions based on emotions and we use logic. Have you ever found yourself in your positions, being a leader at whatever level, making a decision based on logic or on emotions, or you know how to separate the two?
But what is wrong with making a decision that is mixed based on emotion and logic. What's wrong with that?
I don't say
Why
anything
should we
wrong
have
with
to
it because I love
apologize
it.
for? No, why should we have to apologize for making a decision that is based on not only the logic but the emotions behind it? Because sometimes you take the emotions out of something and you just go from it with a scientific
or inhumane
but as you said, perspective, then it may not necessarily be the best decision.
Right.
So you need a balance. You need to be able to put the humanistic side of things as well as the science and the technology and everything, and marry all of it together. And at the end of the day, aim to do what is the best thing, not just for yourself, but for all. And Adana, you said, I'm not a feminist and he wants to apologize. Don't apologize for wanting to say that I believe in supporting women's empowerment. I believe in promoting. Don't apologize for your beliefs. Don't apologize for wanting to say, I'm proud to say I'm a feminist. I believe in all the position of women. Because trust me, girl and men pushing themselves, so we have to push each other. So don't ever apologize for that.
All right, let me just, I appreciate that very much. And what I really meant by that is sometimes the genders, we start to fight. And you said it in the end, men are pushing themselves and the genders begin to fight. And just last week when we were introducing International Women's Day, I was saying that I really hope that the both genders understand their roles in society. When a man understands who he is supposed to be and he shows up as a man, and a woman understands who she is supposed to be and she shows up, there's no need to fight.
Exactly.
There's no need for us to fight.
One of the beautiful things, and I said it recently, as we take this journey towards women's empowerment, the greatest ally you could have on that journey is a man.
That's right.
Who understands the power that a woman brings to the table.
Yes, because we create
and a man
a
is
balance.
confident in himself to know that, if my woman, if my sister, if my mother is able to be the best version of herself, then we all win.
Yeah. And life becomes so much easier than when he becomes the man that he's supposed to be. I don't have to be a man. Exactly. And when I am the woman that I am supposed to be, then he's not trying to be soft.
Right. Yes.
You understand? And so the both genders can coexist.
Yes.
And these are the things that we need to understand and support each other in. And this is what I'm hoping that, the conversations, even when we celebrate International Men's Day, when we have the conversation that the genders can understand their roles and blend that measure of support. It's not about fighting. It's not about who is the better gender. We're equal, and that's what we're fighting for. The equality in the spaces where men have, succeeded, where men have been advanced. Women too, once they have the abilities to so do, should be given the opportunities. And we see now that, yes, opportunities have been created for women, and now men feel as if they have to come back and fight back. That's not what it's about.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about. It's about us finding our spaces in society and showing up in the way. Because look at this, right? When we understand who we are, our societies become stronger.
Exactly.
Resilient. I mean, you can't penetrate a society where we understand who we are, we understand the same goals, that we go for the same goals, and we work together, and that's what we're trying to do here. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the conversation is so sweet in studio this morning, but of course, we have to go for a break because we have some bills to pay now, so we have to go for a quick break, and as we go, ladies, can you help us to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomatoes. A cooking day off. A cooking day off.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And welcome back to our morning show on Tobago Updates. And we're so happy that you would have remained with us, whether you're on your cell phones, you're going to work, or you are home in the comfort of your house. So we're going to get straight into it. There is a series, of activities coming up from your ministry. Can you tell us a little more about it, Minister?
So instead of just celebrating International Women's Day on the day itself, we have an entire month of activities, and some of it would extend into the month of April as well. So the official start for us would have been on the day before the Friday, where the Office of the Prime Minister would have hosted a symposium for women at the Diplomatic Center. And then on the day itself, the 8th of March, we had the collaborative walk with various bodies, NGOs around Trinidad and Tobago in collaboration with the network of NGOs. And also within that month, we have coming up as well a series of activities that focus on men, because as I said, men are our allies on this journey towards women's empowerment. And we have, for the first time, some activities happening in Tobago from
my next question. What about
from
Tobago?
the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs. So we have coming up just on the 14th, I believe it is, we have a day of activities where we're going to have an artisan market featuring female producers. So if you're into arts, craft, if you have a business, we encourage you to register to be part of that artisan market. Then we also have a series of mini symposiums discussing issues that affect women and girls. And then we culminate the evening with a mini award ceremony as well as a free concert featuring female performers from Tobago headlining. So it's going to be a good time. I'm really happy that this year, national activities at Tobago was deliberately included in it.
And I really love how it's an entire day and they carry it in the countryside.
Yes, girl, because the last time I did thing in Tobago was all in town.
In town, all right. Let's talk like a town girl, you know?
Yes. I love this banter right now. And, as you said, it's an entire day of activities for Tobago. And I like the fact that the activities is a wide range of activities. You have the markets, right? You have the symposium, right? You have an award ceremony.
I really love all of this. So I just want to plug in here. I'm a teacher. I just say it so as a teacher, so students could come.
Of course.
So we organizing the buses, the carry, 5th and 6th
We're inviting as many persons as possible to come out. And as Adana used to say, share the life, share the life. I want to say, come and buy them all, come and buy them all, come and buy them all, please. Really come out and support of female producers, artisans, businesswomen in Tobago.
So how persons go about getting involved in this? As they have to come into the office, they have to sign up, because you're saying if you're a female artisan, and so how do they go about becoming a part? Because I think some persons may ask that question on the live, like, how do I become a part of it?
The registration form is actually being circulated online, so persons could click on it and register the interest.
Awesome, I like that.
I like it. And is there a fee to I know sometimes when you have these...
No fee.
It's free?
Yes, it's free. When we had our women's village in Scarborough, it was also free. We provided the platform for and listen. I felt so proud for my female businesswoman when we had that women's village down on the Esplanade. I think it was over 80 women participated. And to see some of them coming back and saying that, because of the exposure, their businesses were able to grow.
Persons knew about their business. Because if they don't talk about their business and see about their business, they wouldn't know about their business.
And, in terms of participating in this type of market, after seeing the growth of their business, is there any follow-up support given in terms of guidelines. Maybe you might want to get a loan to expand the business. You might want to understand a business banking account. Is there anything put in place to support?
So actually, whenever we have our women's villages, as we call them, we usually have like Netco, Ministry of Trade and Industry there as well. Or if they're not there on the day, we bring the information to the artisans and the producers and the businesswomen so that they'll know what avenues are available for support through the government system. So as you know, Netco usually offer grants and loans.
That's right.
Through the Ministry of Trade, there's the She Trades platform, that is focused specifically on women business and women producers in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's also a global network where She Trades pulls together female-owned businesses and creates opportunities not just for networking, but for all opportunities for also marketing and promotion. So we have that opportunity as well.
As we continue to talk about International Women's Day and, the opportunities that are being provided for them in this space, what are some of the things you'd like to share with especially the younger women as they are coming up? Somebody might be thinking, they're talking about International Women's Day, they're celebrating women. I can't identify anything in my life to celebrate. What are some of the things you'd like to share with them for them to look within themselves to say, hey, there's magic on the inside of you?
One of the things I say to myself, and I think I say to my daughters as well very often, that I have to celebrate me and my journey, and I can't compare myself to another woman's journey. And while I could celebrate other women, I have to find the little things within me that are unique, that makes Ayana uniquely Ayana, and love those things. So for me personally, one of the things I celebrate is the fact that I could cook. I just boast I could real cook. Like I told my daughter yesterday, I said, one kakage, one for my cooking. I could
National Television Minister.
But you have to be real, I could really cook, and I celebrate that. And I say some fine things about you that you could celebrate. So if it is that you could braid here, celebrate that. If it is that you're able to, if it is that you have the ability to listen well and to offer constant support to others, skills. Celebrate that. Whatever makes you uniquely you, celebrate it, and don't compare yourself to others. Yes, you may look at other women and others, and you might learn from them, but not look at them trying to tear yourself down. Look at them as a source of inspiration while you celebrating the unique being that you are. And remember, I tell people that we are all made in God's likeness and His image. So celebrate that. There's God within us.
Love that.
There is so much to celebrate as a woman, and you heard it here this morning on set on the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, coming from the Honorable Minister Ayana Webster Roy. Celebrate that unique part of you. What is it about you that is unique? Is it that you can sing well, you can braid well, you can do makeup, you can listen, you can write well, you can pay attention? What is that thing that can you cook real good? You can cook a real good dish. Celebrate yourself. Start to love yourself from the inside out, and so you will find so many other things to celebrate about, not just yourself but the women around you as well. Remember, this week we are paying attention to all the women in our lives. We're paying attention to ourselves as well, and we're looking for the things that we can celebrate. We have been through so much as women. We are so much things are expected of us as women, to be the mother, to be the nurturer, the teacher, the lawyer, the doctor, the everything. In school you have to be these things, and then when you go back home and you have children at home, or even nieces or nephews at home, you had to be that as well. And so I think Minister said it, that we are multifaceted.
We are.
And so we go celebrate all of that. We're going to celebrate it all. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, Minister, so much for coming.
It was such a pleasure.
Of course, I enjoyed this conversation with you so much. Thank you so much for coming in, and we look forward to all the events that are rolling out for the rest of the month. And I hope that you, our audience, you will, grab hold of those opportunities. Make sure that you're a part of what is going on for the empowerment of women that is coming up the entire month. Pick an event, and for Tobago specifically, that's Monday 14th March. You want to be a part of what is taking place there, so you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it at all. So make sure that you're a part of what is happening. All right, we have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio this morning, and we're so happy that you're on this journey as we celebrate women. But up next and in studio is Kadesia Thomas. She's an actor and storyteller, and she is in studio and ready to have that conversation with us this morning. Are you going to be a part of it? For you to be a part of it, you have to help us. Share the live. We'll be right back.
we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash in transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. We're now at 7:46 a.m. So if you're getting to work for 8 a.m., you literally have about 15 minutes to drop them children off and to get sitting behind your desk. Remember to drive safely on our nation's roads. We continue to celebrate International Women's Day and women far and wide, primarily here on the island of Tobago. And our next conversation, we speak to another beautiful young woman this morning, and she has a major achievement this morning. We say welcome to Kadesia Thomas, actor and storyteller. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course, a pleasure having you here in studio with us this morning. And before we even talk about the festival, we want to talk about International Women's Day and what does it mean to you?
So R.S. Gray, an American author, said she believed that she can, so she did.
Correct.
And that just simply means turning your challenges into triumph and standing in your power and your voice.
Wow.
So that is what International
listen to me.
Women's
I was not prepared for that. I wasn't ready for that this morning, but I welcome it. You know, you were so ready to respond to that. And I feel as if it actually means something to you.
It does.
You know, and
it's
so
something that I put into my daily life. Is a quote that I say to myself almost every day to kind of just keep me going and to keep the drive up.
And a woman in the arts, I mean, and she gave me a big sigh. How has your journey been being in the arts as a woman?
It's been a little rocky because it kind of male dominant. So you had to find your footing. And once you find your footing, I continuously hear, Kadisha is a powerhouse. Kadisha, stop hiding behind the scenes. Kadisha, stop doing this. Stop. Come out. So I eventually ventured into acting, and I stayed writing behind the scenes for persons. And again, I kept hearing, Kadisha, stop, come out from the shadows. Come out. And last year, because I turned 30 last year, and during the year I was like, go and lay your voice, go outside of acting and doing people's work and telling character story. Let the public understand what Kadisha is really about. So I was able to kind of step into that, and it has taken me to this position right now.
And here we are in this position, all right, heading to the International Arts Festival in Bridgetown. What does that mean for you in terms of listening to the voices that kept saying to you, come out from the background, step forward? What does it mean to you now that you have taken that advice and you're putting your whole self into the arts?
To me, it's like watching yourself in the mirror and giving yourself a hug and a kiss.
All right.
Because sometimes we are our worst critics sometimes. We go very, very hard on ourselves. And I sit down and I look at myself and I be like, okay, look at the work, and I say, okay, I need to do this over. And look at the work and okay, I need to do this over. And then you are now accepted in a space that you never even dream about. I did not know about the festival initially, right? Someone from the festival reached out to me after they saw my performances at the first International Poetry Slam last year. And they said, you would be great to be at the festival and that kind of thing. So I did my research and whatnot. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I applied. And when I applied, I received the email in January that I was indeed accepted. And again, it's just like looking at yourself and saying, girl, you deserve this.
Right. So even being a participant, right? Did you even feel like lesser than when you saw other actors or other persons in the field? How did you feel being a part of that Bridgetown International Art Festival? Did you feel at any point, or you always felt empowered from the time you stepped foot in Barbados? Because I was Bajan, I don't know if you know that. I'm joking. I'm very Tobago girl. So how did you feel like them? Because this is so amazing. You wouldn't even understand.
So I haven't reached Barbados yet.
Oh, really?
The festival starts March 21st.
Really?
And it's a week-long festival.
Okay.
But when I got the acceptance letter, I didn't feel like questioning myself anymore. I felt like questioning myself. Time for that has passed. And once I got the acceptance letter, I felt like, girl, own it.
Right.
God didn't put you on this stage or brought you this far to now say, I wonder if I should have, or if there's better than. I will show them that I am.
Wow, that was deeper. I feel like that should be on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Print that
I like the fact that you've come to a place where you are so confident in who you are and forgetting about, because sometimes we focus on the distractions, we focus on the noise, we focus on the competition. And here you are as a woman owning your space, and focusing on you, focusing on what you can do, focusing on who you are. And I must say congratulations to you. I believe that you will represent well.
Thank you.
Of course, we're giving you all the supports. Tobago Updates. Let me just tell you something about Tobago Updates television, especially this host. Anytime anybody from Tobago is leaving Tobago shores, even if you're going Trinidad, we're screaming the loudest for you. So you do have our support. When you go there to represent, you have our support. We'll be, rallying the troops. We'll be rallying the troops behind you. And I believe that you can represent well. In terms of you going out there on that, it's an international, yes, it's been held in Barbados, but it's an international festival. So as Abini was saying, people will be coming from far and wide, from all different parts. People who might have been training since they were 2, on this stage. How do you bring yourself, represent yourself and your island in a space that is, multicultural, because you have so many different people coming in there?
So firstly, the festival was designed with poets, storytellers, griots in mind, theater practitioners in mind. So my job, and has always been as a creative, from the moment I took on the mantle of being a creative, my job is to always truthfully express our cultural heritage and give our cultural expressions through the creative forms that I know best. And it's through my words. So I was able to do that with the reigning Miss Lauren Rivet, Miss Rachel Cattell. She produced some of my work at the Best Village. So now it's time for me to do so. And I am just very, very excited to just showcase what Trinidad and Tobago can do.
I am hearing everything coming from deep within you. You feel like you're sounding as though you're born so. You know that kind of way, you know that expression?
Well, I come out from some of the grades because I am related to the late Miss Kanetta Bob.
Oh, Auntie Kanetta, she gave me some pinches for 12 and under, but yeah, she was awesome. So it's like, are there any female actors or storytellers you look up to, like you see yourself mirroring them, or like anybody at all female?
Talking women, my grandmothers come first. They were my pillars all my life and still are. I'm thankful that they are still alive. Dr. Hazel Gibbsy Pisa and Madeline George, and then all of my great aunts. Right? They have been with me along the way. And then the late Kanetta Bob and Eastlyn Mackenzie. I was privileged to work with her last year with the remake that TPAC did for Turn of the Tide. So, and then internationally, the Angela Bassett and the Viola Davis, where acting is concerned. But just being able to look at all the women in the world and see the accomplishments, and it's just... How could you sometimes sit down and really question your skin color, who you are, what you can achieve, what rooms you deserve to step in or not? So
I love that. I feel empowered. I feel as though I could go and act now.
And let me tell you what stood out the most for me in your response to this is the fact that you started off at home. There are so many women in this 8 billion people on the planet, so many women in the world, and you started off at home, honoring your grandparents, your grandmothers. And I salute you for that. I really do salute you for that. And I like your humility. And I do hope that all the lessons that you've learned on your journey and all the empowerment that came from these women, whether far or wide, that you are able to express it. And that other young women are looking up to you and can also glean from your energy as well. And in talking about other young women coming up, what are some of the things that you have been focusing on or have even considered in terms of bringing up the next generation to ensure that they can walk into their feminine power and stand on any stage that they are called to stand on?
So in everything I do, I honor those that would have paved the way, and I make room for those that are coming up. So I have to be an example all around because I have sisters, right? And my grandparents did it for me. They've been very positive. Even in my downtime, they've been very positive, and only women. So my job is to really and truly make room, always hold a sister hand, always make sure that this is a safe space. And I'm not talking about the room, but who I am. So I do that within my craft and who I am as a person.
Wow.
So even after the festival, right? When it happens, you feel that you might go international or so, or you don't know what might happen? Like
no,
how do you feel it?
I plan to go
international. I hope that you do, because you're sounding good and you're looking, you know, people in the arts have a look. I was in humanities when I was at UA, and they all have this look, and they were so, like, I know this people say it's sounding stereotypical, but I'm feeling it. And I really hope that you accelerate and you just...
I receive it.
Break every single glass ceiling that there is.
And bring the sunshine wherever you go, because I really feel so warm with you here. I really feel that sunshine, that magic, that treasure on the inside of you. So let's, just go out there in the world and just share it. Just sprinkle your gold dust on everybody.
I will.
Just sprinkle it on everybody. Thank you so much for coming in this morning and sharing, your experience, your journey, and your preparation for the festival. We wish you the very, very best. And we continue to say Happy International Women's Day to you. Continue to represent yourself, represent your island, represent your family, your grandmothers, all those who went before you and all those who are coming up after you. And we do wish you the very, very best. Ladies and gentlemen, before we end the morning show, I want to say a special good morning to our women who are on the live this morning. Miss Pearl Murray Beard, how dare I forget you? Happy International Women's Day. You're always there in our corner, always sending words of encouragement to us. And I want to say happy Monday to you. Happy International Women's Day to you. And I do wish you the very, very best. All of you who continue to give us your support, Happy International Women's Day. We'll be speaking about you all week. Everything we talk about, I'm sure you can find some parts of it on the inside of you. And so we continue to celebrate you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we have to end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, but it is not where we end our programming. We head on over to GMT, and as we go, we continue speaking to women and about women. So you want to stay with us, and as we go, we invite you to help us. Ladies, share the live, share the live, share the live.
Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix. And you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that
the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we strong.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates, guys. I am so happy to be joining you again this morning. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting topics and conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. A 33-year-old man was shot and killed in Aruka on Friday night. Reports indicate that around 9 p.m. a gunman opened fire on Andrew Miller of Plymouth, Tobago at Ramota Trace, Garden Village, Aruka. Miller succumbed to his injury. Further details will be provided as they become available. Additionally, WASA CEO Keith Halliday has warned of potential water shortage as the dry season peaks in March. At a press conference, WASA reported that Arena Reservoirs is at 73.8% capacity, 10% below its long-term average, while Hollis Dam stands at 77%, just above its average. Halliday attributed the situation to climate change. To ensure water supply for the rest of the dry season, WASA anticipates necessary cutbacks. The authority urges citizens to conserve water as the country faces drier conditions. And finally, Tobago student Cassie Norrie of the Tobago School for the Deaf and Dumb, Speech and Language Impaired, and Aliyah Kwashi of Happy Haven School, along with their coach Rakisha Ramsey Karut, departed for Turin, Italy on March 6, 2025 to compete in the Special Olympics World Winter Games. They will be joined by Trinidad and Tobago's all-female football team representing the nation from March 8th to 15th. And that was on news in 90 seconds. Guys, we're going to take a quick break here, and this morning we're going to be back with lots of interesting conversations. See you soon.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawn.
The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. On Easter weekend 2025, Tobago is the place to be from April 17th to 20th. The Rhythm, the Soul of Tobago. On Thursday, April 17th, get ready for a worship experience at the Shore Park Complex with Melodies from Heaven. Melodies from Heaven. Then on Saturday, 19th April, immerse yourself in the sun, sea, and sand at the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, featuring legends of R&B. On Sunday, 20th April, we bring the curtains down at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium for Fusion. Get your tickets on islandetickets.com now or visit TobagoFestival.com FestivalsCommission.com for more info. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, as you may already know, we here at Tobago Updates are commemorating International Women's Day that took place on Saturday, and so we are having our International Women's Week. Now, with that being said, we have a powerful cast of women that will be hosting and co-hosting here on Tobago Updates this week, and this morning I have the privilege of sitting near one that is very powerful and very impactful when it comes to education here on the island of Tobago. A woman that has been doing great things at the Division of Education, Research and Technology this morning. I have the privilege of co-hosting with Miss Alicia Psyche Haynes, who is a curriculum officer in visual and performing arts with the Curriculum Planning and Development Unit at DTech. Good morning, Alicia, and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you.
Now, it's a privilege to have you here this morning as we continue our series for International Women's Week, as we have it here on Tobago Updates, where we plan on interviewing a number of powerful women as well who have been contributing to the overall development of the island in a number of different spheres and sectors. This morning is no different. This morning we are talking to the money woman, right? We are chatting with manager Shelann Baptiste, who oversees the BDU there at the Division of Finance, Trade and the Economy. Good morning, and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you. Happy International Women's Day, by the way, ladies.
Yes, no, it's a
Same
privilege
you.
to have you here in this capacity. You know, we have worked before at that conference that you had last year at the Division of Finance, and I was able to kind of see you in your elements as manager, as coordinator, and see how you interact with the staff as well as the general public and some of the stakeholders. And it is true that you can't give a woman's job to a man, right? and so we see how you have really stepped into that role and you know, truly blossom and help to move the BDU forward, but not just the BDU, finance and Tobago as it relates to entrepreneurship and helping to build and expand businesses. Was this a part of your passion? How did you get into this sector?
Wow. Yes. Business, in fact, let me put it this way, money. That's always been my passion. But more so, I think the driving force for me is seeing people thrive. Is seeing people excel. Yes, as Shelann said, at the Business Development Unit, we provide loan funding, we provide training. But to me, the greatest reward is seeing one of the entrepreneurs return and say, thanks, Miss B. You have helped me to achieve my dream, my goal. And that is payment for me. To see people excel and make that hobby, that dream become a reality, that's rewarding for me.
Wow. Tell us about this initiative that you all have, the I Fund Her Business Financing. What was the brainstorm or the catalyst behind that?
Right. So as we all know, we are celebrating International Women's Day. At the Business Development Unit, we are celebrating women for the month. So for this month of March, we have two initiatives. One is the I Fund Her, it's a loan promotion of up to $50,000, a minimum of $5,000, a maximum of $50,000. Collateral, $10,000 as your collateral, and it is interest free. The reason why we've done this is we recognize that women, we're not playing the blame game, but we realize women over the years have been disadvantaged. It has been said and purported that business is the man's world. And because women are so preoccupied taking care of everybody else, taking care of the home, taking care of the children, many times they leave themselves undone. Women we have a hobby, we have a natural act. As I was listening to the minister earlier on this morning, she was saying, I can really cook. Many times we have a hobby, we have something that we're good at, but we never see the opportunity to monetize it and make it a business so that we as women can become self-sufficient and a little bit more independent. We don't have to always ask the man, watch now, give me $100 now. I want to go and do my hair. I want to buy a shoe. So I Fund Her is one of our initiatives to help women boost your business. Whether you want to buy stock, you want to buy equipment, it is for women. We are being particular. I Fund Her is to help the women among us realize your business goal. Bring that business dream into reality.
Excellent. And when it comes to the requirement, let's look at it at the base level. So you are saying that you $10,000 down and you are able to benefit from this $50,000 loan. For the persons who are saying, well, Shelann, as much as that might sound easy for some, that is difficult for me and my situation where I'm now. Can those persons apply for the grant and use the grant as a base to get that $50,000 loan?
Unfortunately, that is what they call commingling of funds. So we can't do that. We have to treat each program, each project separately. So yes, the grant is still available, $25,000, but we would have recognized that the $25,000 can only carry you that far. So if you would have accessed the grant before, but you want to scale up, you want to boost, then this is the opportunity to scale up. Just to clarify, you're saying about $10,000. So we're not asking you to go and pull out $10,000 from your bank or unit trust. You know, we women, we have a way of stashing away some money. So if you have the $10,000 at unit trust at wherever it is, you will leave it there. All we will do is place a hold on it, so it will continue to grow. It will continue to gain interest. And when the loan is repaid, then you get back your $10,000. Well, the $10,000 is released, but you would have also gained the interest from on it.
So does the collateral have to be cash, or can it be
No,
assets?
It can be kind. So you have a piece of equipment, what we can do is a mortgage bill of sale on it. So look around. Many times we say, I don't have that, but if we really look around, we have things, we have assets, we have stuff that we can use.
Now, is there a mentorship that goes along with this loan? So, for example, you have an entrepreneur who may borrow this $25,000 or the maximum of $50,000. And then when they borrow it, they want to be able to scale their business as you would have shared. Is there mentorship that comes along with this spending of the money for accountability purposes?
Oh, yes. That's the great part about business development unit. We don't just give you the money and leave you there. So one of the requirements, the prerequisite for getting whether it's grant or loan, is that you must be part of what we call a pre-funding training. So we offer basic bookkeeping, we offer customer service, marketing, to give you that first step, that leg up. And then over the period of the loan, once the loan is on the books, we continue to monitor you, to give you the advice, to see whether you might need the $250,000 that we have available. So it is a hand-holding exercise from day one to graduation, as we would put it.
Right. And so upon completion of that $50,000 repayment, persons can seek interest in the $250,000.
That's correct. That's correct.
Right. And so you're saying persons can apply for the grant, and once the BDU sees progress in the business, they can then apply for that $50,000 loan. You have persons saying, well, I have applied for a BDU grant and I still have not heard back from them. Is there a specific processing time that each applicant goes through? So, for instance, once all documents are submitted, you have 6 weeks to get a response from the BDU.
Yes. So that's the timeline that we've given ourselves generally. 6 weeks from walk-in to disbursement, all things being equal. Yeah, we know that there are challenges sometimes because the procurement law has been proclaimed. So persons may have challenges in providing 3 quotations, but that's compulsory. We can't bend the law where that is concerned, right? Unless it is a specialized piece of equipment where you only have one supplier, then of course you will provide evidence, written evidence that that is the case, right? But just to go back to the loan, we want persons to understand why we are promoting the loan. It is also an opportunity for women to build a credit rating. There are persons who, you may want to go to the bank, you may want to go to venture capital for the $2 million. You have to start somewhere. So this is an opportunity for you to build your credit rating, for people to see, well, yes, she does pay she loan.
Right, and this is particularly for the business.
Yes, particularly for business.
Is there any special clauses or provisions being made for persons who have to import materials or anything like that for their business? Because we know that we're in a forex crisis.
Yes, yes.
So can you tell us about that?
Yes, so definitely. It can be done. We have persons who would have provided international suppliers. What we encourage persons to do, however, is go through a local service provider to bring it in for you. Because the idea is to stimulate the Tobago economy. So we don't want to put it in your bank account and we ensure if... So there are service providers in Tobago who provide that kind of service, who bring stuff in, as we say, bringing things for you. So we want to see that paper trade. We want to see the economy in all the different sectors being stimulated.
I'm glad you mentioned the stimulation of the Tobago economy. How do you see this particular initiative being able in the long term to do exactly that?
Because we are opening the market, for want of a better word. We want to encourage persons, for example, in manufacturing, the hair industry. We want to challenge women to be creative. Think outside the box. Don't just go and sell clothes. Everybody's selling clothes, everybody's selling food on the side. How can this stimulate you to think outside of the box? that dream that you had, women, not pointing us, or black skin, what can you do to create a product that will help me with the eczema, with the dry skin? So challenge us, I'm challenging us women to think outside the box. Create jobs for people. So it's not just about you. This can cause you to start a business, and you might be able to employ 2 or 3 persons. You are into, as we talk about the cosmetics, the ingredients that you may use might be natural products. The forward and backward linkages with the farmers, with the producers. So that's how we can stimulate the economy.
And because I'm in education, I'm going to lean the conversation in that direction. How do you think, or where do you think the BDU unit comes into play with respect to helping our young people think in a particular type of way, especially along the lines of business, so that when they do leave school, they too can know that, listen, we can access these type of activities, these type of services when they leave, so that they too can also jump onto this bandwagon going forward.
Great. So we do have youth programs. One of our pilot projects is what we call a creative tank.
Right.
So last year we would have focused primarily on those in the 18 to 25 age group, where we challenged them to come up with a business. And wow, I did not realize there were so many young, exciting entrepreneurs in Tobago. So we do have that part. We also, this Tuesday, tomorrow, bishops will be having their career day. And we will be part of that initiative to promote business.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
All right, guys, and we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back with lots more on this interesting conversation as it relates to you getting the funding that you need to boost that business idea. Guys, we'll see you soon.
Rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power.
Celebrate International Women's Day. On behalf of the Business Development Unit, and by extension the Division of Finance, Trade and Economy, we congratulate all you female entrepreneurs, all you women, all you ladies. International Women's Day. I'm Shelann Baptiste, Manager of the Business Development Unit, and the distinct pleasure is mine to tell you the exciting programs that we have as a unit to celebrate you this month. So we have our loan promotion, I Fund Her. $50,000 loan, only $10,000 you're offering as collateral. And the best part, it is interest free. So if you want to buy stocks, if you want to buy equipment, the I Fund Her is for you. Additionally, we have this month, we're celebrating female entrepreneurs. So on our social media page, look out for additional information. So just to give a little snippet, follow us on our page, nominate 10 female entrepreneurs. The one with the most likes will be dubbed Female Entrepreneur of the Month. You have access to our I Fund Her loan promotion, you have giveaways, you have features in our newsletter. So many exciting things are in store for you. So go to our Facebook page as we celebrate International Women's Day. Ladies, women, mothers, all of us, congratulations from the Business Development Team.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome back, guys. Again, I am being joined by my co-host this morning, the lovely Miss Alicia Psyche Haynes.
Oh, thank you.
Right, and this morning we have been having the privilege of chatting with the money woman, who is the manager of the BD unit, Miss Shelann Baptiste. Good morning again.
Good
Now we have
morning,
been
good
chatting
morning.
a lot about all that's happening at the BDU and how women can get involved. But the BDU is not just specific to women, and what they are doing
That's
is not
correct.
just for women,
That's
it's
correct.
extended to everyone. So we don't want the men to get discouraged this morning,
That's
but we
right.
are celebrating International Women's Week. And so that is the reason why our focus is particularly on women. So don't go away saying that you see women again. You see women again. Don't do that. But we are just zoning in on what is available for female entrepreneurs. But there is the Tobago Creative Tank, right? And that is for all genders.
All genders.
Right.
We don't want to let it out of the box yet, but keep your thinking cap on. We will be launching the Tobago Creative Tank 2025 edition shortly. So,
Beautiful.
and as we said, it's open. It's
Exactly.
open.
But as it pertains to women, we have the Female Entrepreneur of the Month. Tell us
correct.
about this initiative. How can persons be nominated, and how can we vote for that?
Right. So the Female Entrepreneur of the Month, it is our thrust towards celebrating women in business. Women in business. Women can do business. We have been doing business. The housewives have been doing business. They are the greatest ministers of finance. I'm quite sure you would agree. We've been balancing the budgets over the years, not so?
Yes.
They give us $500 and you have to pay the light bill, pay this, and still save, not so?
We find the ways to make it
We
stretch.
find a way.
Yes.
So at the Business Development Unit, we are celebrating our female entrepreneurs for the month. And we are inviting the public to be a part of it. So you go on our Facebook page and nominate in your mind who you believe is the female entrepreneur that stands out the most. What we are looking for are women who have demonstrated leadership and resilience, created employment. They have made an impact in the Tobago space, in the business sphere. The top 10 persons, top 10 ladies, will be selected to go through the finals. And then we will drill down. The one with the most likes will be considered and dubbed Entrepreneur of the Month.
And what comes with that title?
Right. So Entrepreneur of the Month, you are entitled, you have access to whether it's the grant or the loan facility. We also have our newsletter. So they will be featured in the newsletter. We have nice giveaways, BDU giveaways. We have training programs coming up. I just want to put in a plug. We have an artificial intelligence symposium coming up on the 10th of April.
I'm taking note of that.
Yes.
10th of April.
The 10th of April. So the training that we have going on for the rest of the year, that female entrepreneur will have free access to those training programs.
Wow.
Excellent, excellent. And let's look a little bit at the requirements for the grant as well as the requirements for the loan. Because it's not just that you walk into BDU and say, I need that loan or I need that grant. There are documents that need to be provided, and there are some requirements that need to be met. What are some of those basic requirements?
Right. So I've heard it said, BDU want all kind of thing, but I want to take this opportunity to reiterate that this is public funds. And every year we have to give an account as to how the money is spent. So therefore, there are particular guidelines. We don't want to be, it's not that we're being stingy, but we need to protect ourselves. We need to protect our secretary. By the way, good morning, Secretary. Happy International Women's Day to you, Councillor Petalyn Roberts. We need to protect ourselves, and we need to ensure that transparency prevails. So some of the basic requirements is that the business must be registered. We do not want it to be ever said that we throw away money. So the business must be registered. It must be physically operating in Tobago or creating an impact in Tobago. You must provide for the grant that is, you must provide 3 separate performer invoices. As I said before, the procurement law has been proclaimed, and therefore we need to ensure that we follow the guidelines. You need to provide proof of residency in Tobago. So that's the form of a utility bill, a bank statement, etc. If you do not have a utility bill in your name, let's say it's a child that's still living home, then you provide your parents' utility bill with a written letter of permission. Or if you're renting, from your landlord similarly. Yeah? A police certificate of character. I want to put a plug here. If you have a record, it does not debar you. But we want to ensure, as I said, this is public funds, and we want to ensure that we cross all the T's and dot all the I's to ensure that at the end of the day, everybody is protected. Yeah? And for the loan, basically, the I Fund Her loan, your collateral is $10,000. For the $250,000 loan, which still is available, we request a minimum collateral of 30% of whatever it is you're asking for. The I Fund Her loan promotion, you have up to 3 years to repay, because we understand this might be some person's first attempt at business, so we don't want you to be overwhelmed. So we're giving you small bits to repay. And for the loan of $250,000, that is 5% interest and a maximum of 5 years to repay.
Totally understood. Which one of these require a business plan?
The $250,000 loan require a business plan.
So that also requires projections and stuff like that.
Yes.
So the $50,000 as well as the grant does not require a business plan
So the
or projections.
$50,000, what we're asking for is a business outline. So not the detail, but you must be able to demonstrate that this is a business. I'm making back the money. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. So basic outline. What is your business idea? Who are you selling to? You know, what is your projected income, your projected expenditure? What are you proposing as your profit?
So like
basic.
How, for example, let's look at the business model canvas. Will that
Yes.
one page will work?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
Totally understood. I mean, again, we want to thank you so much for your time here this morning, as well as all that you have been doing at the BDU to empower Tobagonians to continue to get into entrepreneurship and thrive at that. Is there anything that you want to say to Tobagonians, particularly the women watching this morning, before you go?
Yes, I want to say to us women that we celebrate each other. Far too often we punk, what she get on? But you don't understand the struggle that woman went through. Oh gosh, the children was giving real problem in the morning, so she wasn't able to pull herself together. You know, there are days that you on point, and there are some days that they just can't get started. So I want to encourage us to celebrate women. Celebrate. I want to give a big shout out to my mother, who has been my rock of Gibraltar. People don't know her because she does not like the limelight. She's in the background. But she has been my strength. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, those were my heroes. And I want to encourage us to find a hero, celebrate women. Just, Shelann, you know, you look nice, have a nice smile. Yeah. You don't know how much that does to people. Yeah? So women, let's love and celebrate each other. Happy International Women's Month. To you all.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Again, guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we're going to be back right after this. See you soon.
The Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm. On Easter weekend 2025, Tobago is the place to be. From April 17th to 20th, the rhythm, the soul of Tobago. On Thursday, April 17th, get ready for a worship experience at the Shore Park Complex with melodies from heaven. Melodies from heaven. Then on Saturday, 19th April, immerse yourself in the sun, sea, and sand at the Buku Seafood and Jazz Festival, featuring legends of R&B. On Sunday, 20th April, we bring the curtains down at Parade Grounds, Dwight York Stadium for Fusion. Get your tickets on islandetickets.com now, or visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
I beat and roll, all day we beat and roll, all day I beat and
has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supply specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meats served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated one.
And welcome back to Tobago Updates. It's a pleasure again being here, sharing the stage here with Chanel. Our next guest is Miss Kadisha Kent-Defas. She is a lecturer at History and Social Studies at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Ms. Defas, are you online with us? It's a pleasure having you here with us. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Happy International Women's Day to Tobago. All women who are listening live this morning.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. Now, I mean, it's really a pleasure seeing you this morning and seeing that lovely smile. I mean, we have not caught up in a while, but look at where we have to catch up right here on Tobago Updates. And I hope that everything is well with you. We know that you have always been a lover of education and you've had a passion for youth forever. I mean, specifically since I've known you, and now you have moved on to lecturing. Tell us about that transition, because I remember you being at the Speyside High School. So tell us about that transition.
Yes, well, truth be told, I always had a passion for development of youth, and I was privileged to be an advocate for the University of the West Indies in the Western campus as a student advocate. And then I transitioned back in Tobago. I served in the capacity as museum curator with the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities. And I had the opportunity to serve with distinction at the Speyside High School. Today, I serve in the capacity as a lecturer at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, and this has propelled me. It has acted as a preparatory bed for the opportunity to be able to be an advocate and to inspire persons from different walks of life to prepare them for their journey in education, being attached to the School of Education.
Excellent. And we know that you have had a passion for history as well, and a lot of research. You know, persons feel like research is a bit boring, but you have a totally different perspective on that, especially when it comes to understanding your history. Tell us about why a different perspective is needed as it relates to looking at the importance of history.
Yes, I definitely believe that history is a platform, it's a pedestal that helps you to understand your identity. So for us as women, because we are celebrating International Women's Month, we need to be able to have a understanding in terms of the linkages that created you to be and the opportunities that you have before you. So we can look from a historical perspective where we look at the biblical understanding of Eve and her importance in terms of the germination of the culture of women. And then we can see her as a helpmate, right? Traditionally, women were seen as persons who would be in domestic opportunities, serving in the home, being able to take care of the children, etc. Now we are seeing, when we look at the historical discourse, the indigenous perspective, we are seeing leaders coming out, for example, Nani in Jamaica, who was very pivotal in leading her persons to, success against the Europeans. We have seen persons like Anacona, who was very instrumental in Hispaniola. And then we can also draw the perspective of how women now are evolving in political occupations, in education, and in the highest echelon in society. So for us to be able to understand the trajectory of history, it allows us to be able to have an identity and a source of empowerment, because we can see that empowerment is very important in the United Nations pillars of achievement.
Excellent. And I sit here personally being so proud of you. I cannot even tell you how proud I am. And I know that once upon a time you were at a position where you were just ready to move. And I know there are a number of women who are, in a job or in a situation where they are ready to take that leap into the next dimension of what is available for them. So how were you able to decide that, listen, there is more for me, there is greater impact for me to have, and making that move and inspiring others to do the same?
Well, truth be told, I must give, commendation where commendation is due. And my community has been a pillar of strength. All right. I must give thanks to my family who have been supporting me from, initial stages. My husband, who is very supportive. I want to say thanks to my church community who have been praying for me. All right. Because, you're as a woman, based on the experiences that we have been able to yield over the years, we realize that our support or community is very pivotal to us being successful and being order to have a network. All right. So it's very important for us to understand how important our connections are. Right. In any capacity, I want women to realize and to remember that they have a ministry. All right. And you have a responsibility to be a leader, to be able to have strong morals and values that would help you to progress, be it socially, politically, in whatever field that you have the opportunity to serve, do it with distinction.
Kadisha, as we celebrate International Women's Month, and as we talk about empowering women, and especially that transition that women would have made from the home into the workplace, into commanding and dominating in so many different environments, what do you have to say to the people who say that by a woman dominating outside of the home, she loses the control, and she doesn't perform as she needs to in the home, and the family life has suffered because of it?
Truth be told, it has been, research has shown that women are dynamic in nature. We have the opportunity to multitask, and a woman's place is irrevocable. We bring life into the world. So I would definitely denounce that and debunk that notion that our place is irreplaceable, in the home, and that at the end of the day, we have the opportunity to be able to harness and create a love through our work at the home, as a wife, as a mother. We also have the opportunity to nurture minds of our young children. That is a pivotal contribution of women. Some of us may not necessarily bring children, however, we have the opportunity to make connections with persons that we interact with. So our place would never be lost. And truth be told, I think that because we have been given more responsibilities, and that we see some of the women today even serving in the highest echelon in society, we have that opportunity to be a voice of hope, right? Because truth be told, we see across the world less than 15% of women in countries are female leaders, and that is evolving. Only 24% of our senior managers are women, and 25%, according to the United Nations, are leaders in companies. We need to ensure that there's equality and equity All right. So, truth be told, I really believe that all place would never be lost in the home, and we are just evolving as time, progresses and
And you,
allows us to grow.
and you also would have mentioned too as well the importance that your community, the role that your community would have played in your growth and your development too as well. What role do you think that, and even in on all of our celebration of women, and Chanel would have mentioned it prior, that we don't forget the role of the man and the role of the men in our lives too as well, who also by their support can encourage and empower the women in their lives too to also step up and to be the best version of themselves. What do you have to say concerning the role of men in our community too as well?
Yes, even as we are celebrating, International Women's Month, we have to realize that the role of the man is significant when it comes to, allowing the family to grow and to have that strength, that pillar of strength, because they are the leaders as divine intervention would have it, according to biblical teachings. Nonetheless, their place is also very important. So they allow us to be able to, they put us on that pedestal. They usually say behind every successful man is a powerful woman. Vice
Yes.
versa. Behind every successful man is a powerful woman. Right? So we need to understand that we complement each other. We work interconnectedly to have our society to flourish. So I really want to implore persons of the opportunities that the gender roles are not being reversed. However, they continue to support and mold our society into being greater for future generations to preserve and have an appreciation for.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Excellent. And I mean, for the persons who may not know you, and the persons who know you, when you step into a room, we feel your presence. And we know that it is, a very impactful presence. When we see you, you have to look. So this is the reason why I'm going to ask, how important is it for women to balance that, boss babe aesthetic with the femininity that drives a woman? Because when women are striving towards success and business and balancing career and hobbies and all of that, there tends to be a masculine energy that goes along with setting goals and accomplishing them. But how do you balance that with having that, or being able to utilize that feminine energy when you step into a room, or whether you're in the boardroom, whether you're teaching, whatever in leadership? How do we balance those energies?
I believe that, our charisma and charm is one of the things that we are blessed to have as women. And we have to use it to our advantage. Our male counterparts, they enjoy having us work side by side with them. So we have to use wisdom with and also use our charisma or our energies or intellect to be able to help us to propel. I definitely believe in holistic health and development. So spirituality is important, allowing your ability to be able to stay physically fit, exercise, drink water, all these different facets. Also mentally, ensure that you have a strong support system. But personally, I would ensure that you continue to read extensively, because you realize I am a lover of history. I read extensively. I ensure that your mental capacity is developing as you grow, because life is about continuous development. So, truth be told, I really employ all women to walk in your potential, walk in your life, and to ensure that you are confident in whatever realm that you serve, whatever capacity, serve with distinction and smile, of course, because I enjoy seeing a woman know that they are beautiful and they are wonderfully made, and to embrace that.
Excellent. And you could not have said it better. And for the persons who do not know you, we know, and those that do know you, everything that you are saying this morning is a true embodiment and a reflection of who you are and who you have been. You have been one of the Tobago Heritage Festival queens in the early stages, being a part of that deportment and decorum and having the etiquette, and training others to do do so. So you have definitely been striving and operating and succeeding in your feminine power. This morning we want to thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with us here on Tobago Updates, and congratulate you for that move, that step. And I am also empowered and inspired that when it's time to move. You know, when you feel that urge to move, I've seen you do it, and I've seen you've done it successfully. And that smile just says that it has been a journey, and one that we here in Tobago can continue to be proud of you. I know this is just one step towards what we're going to see coming from you a lot more on a national and an international stage. Is there anything you want to say before we release her this morning?
I just want to say it was a pleasure meeting and talking to you, Kadisha. I am inspired. And I think that just listening to you and all women who are outside there, you know, there's that drive to reach their highest self, to be empowered, to step into that vision and that dream that they have for themselves. And don't forget, their community is there for them. They're not in this alone. And as we continue as women to support each other, we are going to get further and further in life. Yes? Each one to each one.
And
Yes.
And I wish everyone a happy International Women's Month.
Same to you. Thank you. Take care.
So much, guys. We want to thank you so much for joining us this morning as we are continuing our International Women's Week celebration. I had an excellent time this morning chatting first with Miss Shelann Baptiste over there at the BDU. She's the manager of the BDU, and we're talking about that Women Entrepreneur Month, and we have the Female Entrepreneur of the Month. So if you know someone who has been doing outstanding as it relates to business and have been having that community impact where they have also been using their business as a means of empowering and bettering their community, you can go on that BDU Facebook page and all the information would be there on how you can nominate someone. Do you have anyone in mind so far, Alicia?
Not at the moment, but there are a few persons I would have observed within the community. One of my teachers, Donnell Smith, who is at Goodwood Secondary School. And at this point, I want to say hello and good morning and happy International Women's Day to all of my theatre arts and dance teachers in Tobago. She's one person that comes to mind. I know that there are so many others who are doing their bit in their space. So let's nominate, let's encourage each other to reach out there and participate in this BDU initiative.
And guys, you know, sometimes it doesn't have to be something that you deem to be really, really big. Sometimes it's just a woman who has been extremely resilient and has defied the odds of her situation and her circumstances and has been able to push through regardless of everything that's happening. So when you're thinking about a woman to nominate, you know, think hard, think long, but go beyond the surface. Go beyond the popularity, go beyond the social media presence, and go for someone who you deem possibly as having been overlooked and, you know, not being recognized for some of the hard work that they have been doing for a long time that has been gone unnoticed. Let's look at women in the creative sector.
Definitely.
Right? So let us dig deep and let us try our best to nominate some of the best women. Again, we want to say a special thank you to Miss Kadisha Kent-Defas, who just joined us there virtually. She is now a lecturer at the UTT, and we know that is just the beginning for her because she is quite an outstanding.
She's
young
dynamic.
Woman.
Absolutely dynamic.
Very
I
impressive.
Love the energy. Even through the screen, you could feel that energy coming from her.
Definitely. And I know if she was in studio with us, you would have understood when I talk about presence, right? Presence.
That is it.
All right. So guys, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments and all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster right here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Shelann Felix, and this morning I was joined by Miss Alicia Psyche Haynes.
Yes.
We want to thank you and tell you to have a great day.
Bye, Tobago.
All right.